aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Nike Dunks to look at. The Nike Dunk SB Low. Now this is the collaboration with Verdy. They're calling this the Visty colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes. So if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker does come in like this standard Nike SB box, and we've seen this before. Smack dead in the box, you do have this gray Nike SB branding with the swoosh here, and it is pretty much like that kind of off-white kind of creamish colored box, and it is glossed out. If you do a 360 around the box, you will see more of that Nike SB branding and some copyright information. Up underneath at the bottom, nothing too special going on. Over on this side here, you do have some Nike branding and copyright information, if you will, for those that do care about that. There you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Nike SB Dunk Low. The colorway says blue, green, and then pink. So when you do open the box, and it is a swing box lid situation, up underneath, nothing too special going on. It's just your brown cardboard box. And here you do have a stamp here over towards the right. The sneaker does come in this plain white tissue paper here. Heavily sought after sneaker. This one was extremely limited, so definitely glad to get this one in the collection. Pretty solid sneaker. Now this sneaker is actually designed in collaboration with artist Verdy, and it is patented after one of his cartoon characters, which is Visty, who's over here on the keychain. The concept, just some high hair fuzzy material, and then of course you do have some hits of suede going throughout the upper. The colors on the sneaker kind of reminds you of Easter. This was a sneaker that did kind of come to us late in the summer. So I don't know, as far as when Nike decides to drop sneakers, I feel like this probably would have done excellent around Easter, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But yeah, man, pretty decent sneaker. Glad that I got this one in the collection, but not going to take too long on this one. But let's dive right into it. And again, this is the Nike Dunk SB Low, and again, this is the collaboration with Verdy, and this is the Visty colorway. So when we do, we're going to take a look at the right sneaker like we always do. Now for first observation, the sneaker does look like what you would expect from any other Nike Dunk. On the lateral side of the sneaker, starting at the middle, you do have this pink nubuck Nike swoosh here, and you do have some pink stitching. In the middle here, you do have some of that fuzzy material there in that green. Now going towards, pretty much around the toe box and going around the lace hoops, you do have this hit of suede here in blue, and they do have some white stitching. If you do look closely toward, on the material, it does kind of look like a corduroy kind of pattern, if you will, but it is in this suede material, and you do have more of that blue suede going towards the back here. Around the sock liner, you do have some of this pink fuzzy material, and then the ankle collar of the sneaker is in this nylon mesh material here in green. The midsole of the sneaker, you do have this hit of yellow, and then you do have this hit of green coming from the bottom, and that's pretty much it on the lateral side of the sneaker. Switching gears, going to the front toe box area of the sneaker. Now for the toe box, they did switch it up a little bit different from what we expect with most Nike Dunks, because the toe box area typically that's either some leather or suede depending on the Nike Dunk sneaker, but this time they gave us more of that high hair kind of fuzzy material here in green, and they did give us this mud guard situation here, and it does have this kind of corduroy kind of appeal, and it does have white stitching, and white stitching is consistent throughout the sneaker. The sneaker did come pre-laced, so they did give us these yellow laces here, and they did give us a few lace options, and I'll go into that towards the end of the video. The tongue of the sneaker is composed of more of that green fuzzy material here, and that's all going all the way. It's consistent throughout the entire tongue area. Up top, they did give us this pink tag here, and it does have the Nike SB brand in there in black, and then of course you do have like, you know, the Verdy text there. One thing that I did want to point out, on the back of the tongue, they do have like, you know, that character Visty on the back there. Again, the sock liner of the sneaker is composed of like, you know, this green nylon mesh material, and they did give us a few lace options, but I'll go, you know, into those like, you know, later on. The inside of the sneaker, not going to pull it out, but I will get like a close-up on the B-roll. But the insole of the sneaker is all white, and you do have the Visty character there. The medial side of the sneaker, pretty consistent, just like any other Nike Dunk. So along the panels here, you do have like, you know, this suede material here in blue, and of course, you know, it got the corduroy lines going through here. You do have that pink Nike swoosh here with the stitching, more of that fuzzy material here in pink going towards like, you know, the sock liner of the sneaker, more hits of that green fuzzy material in the mid portion, and then of course you do have your yellow and green outsole over on this side as well. And that's pretty much it for the medial side. Going towards the rear, so on the back, smack dead in the middle, you do have more of that pink fuzzy material, and then you do have hits of the blue suede material. But if you look closely here up top, you do have that Nike text there in white. Yeah, man, excellent sneaker. The outsole of the sneaker, pretty standard from what you would expect from any other Nike Dunk SB. Of course, you do have the circular traction up top, and you do have the Nike SB branding smack dead in the middle, and the entire outsole is in like, you know, that green color there. And that's pretty much it for this sneaker. The left sneaker is pretty much the same. The only thing that's different on this one is, of course, you do have this tag, well, this keychain here with the Visty character here. But then on the back side of this one here, you do have that Nike SB brand in there with the Verdy text in black. And that's pretty much it for this one. And then I did express to you guys that they do have a few lace options for us. So they did hit us with like that Easter green and then blue. And these are like, you know, some rope laces, and that's pretty standard with most Nike Dunk sneakers. And that's pretty much it on this one. If I was to rate this sneaker, I would definitely give this one a solid. Let's go ahead and get this one an 8 out of 10 on this one. It's just the materials for me. It's not that it's, you know, it was a bad concept or anything. It's just that wearing this sneaker, you get this dirty, it's never going to be the same. No matter how you try to clean this, the sneaker will never be the same again. As far as like comfort and size, and the sneaker does fit just like any other Nike SB Dunk Low. Now again, sometimes it can be inconsistent, but for me, I do stick true to size. But if you do have like a wider foot, maybe you might want to go up like, you know, a half size. But to each its own, you know what I mean? Because again, like Dunks, like the size I know them tend to be a little inconsistent, you know, depending on like the materials that they use on the Dunks. But I did try these on foot, and it does seem like it is like, you know, kind of true to size. Comfort, again, nothing too much to brag about. It's just like any other Nike Dunk Low. And that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to take time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted the sneaker to me to review on the channel for you guys. But I do encourage you to stay engaged like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna hit you guys with a 360 in the B-roll like I always do. But there you go, Nike Dunk SB Low Pro. And then again, this is that collaboration with Verdy. This is the Vista colorway. So there's the front of the sneaker, lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left. There's the bottom. There's your medial side. And then there's your rear. But again, I do thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.